So a little background, I am a 17-year-old male with gender dysphoria. I don't know if I'm transgender or not, which means I dress in a way that makes me look relatively feminine, meaning I wear oversized hoodie because I'm too uncomfortable wearing dresses. I'm also gay. Now for the actual story. This happened to me yesterday when I was down in town getting food. I was out of school for the day and was hungry, so I decided to walk to town to get some barbecue. I'm waiting in line to order my food when a Karen walks in. And I mean, Karen, she had the haircut, the oversized sunglasses, the obviously fake earrings, and the terrible fake tan. So I'm ordering my food when I hear the Karen scoff talking about how long the line was. There was like 2 people in front of her, and I ignore her. I finish ordering my food and go sit at one of the nearby tables to wait for it to get made, so I pull out my phone to pass the time. The Karen sees me pull out my phone and sees that my lock screen is a picture of my crush. He knows about the picture, he made it for me, and thinks nothing of it. She later comes up to me and asks me if the person in my picture was my boyfriend. I respond with a no, which is when she freaks out. I have an unnaturally deep voice while looking like a girl. This lady freaks out about this, calling me a transgender slur and a faggot. The manager working in the back overhears this and comes out to see what was going on. The Karen sees the manager coming over and runs over to him and tells him to kick me out of the store. The manager asks her why she wants me out, and she says I'm threatening and harassing her. The manager comes over to me, asks me for my side, and I tell him what was going on. The manager goes back to the Karen and tells her that he won't be kicking me out. The Karen freaks out about this and tries to take matters into her own hands by physically grabbing me and dragging me out. I pull my arm out of her grasp and she fucking slaps me. I am the type of person to keep a knife on me for self-defense, so I pull it out. There is no problem with this because I am a minor and she assaulted me. She freaks out when she sees the knife and calls the police on me. The police arrive 10 minutes later and the Karen runs over, tells them thought he pulled a knife on her and tried to mug her. The cops come over to me and get them my side of the story, which I tell them all while the Karen keeps saying that I'm lying. The cops ask the manager, who says they could check the security footage, and Karen's goes ghost white. So in the end, Karen got arrested for assault of a minor and was banned from the store just because she couldn't deal with me having long hair and wearing an oversized hoodie. Alright, so we've been ordering from the same small mom and pop pizza and sub place since we moved out here early this year. Every time we've ordered, I've always tipped a $100 bill to the driver, be it a $15 order or a $300 order. Many years ago, I was a pizza delivery driver with my entire week hanging on the charity of others as I deliver delicious pies, so I try to always do this. I also always do it in cash so they don't have to report it if they don't want and can just keep that crisp Benji to themselves on the down low. This brings us to last night, as my son, nephew, and one of their friends were over for a little LAN-style Call of Duty, having brought their PCs and taken over my living room. Lol. As any good dad would with a 3.5 KD in search and destroy, I ordered 220 pies and a couple bottles of Mountain Dew. As I prepared to cause mental anguish on the youth of today, paid by card over the phone, and commenced talking smack at these 15-year-old kids like it's 2009 and I'm on an Xbox 360 waiting for the food to arrive. About 40-ish minutes later, there's a knock on the door and I open it. Reaching into my wallet, I realize I've only got a $20 and a $10 on me. No biggie. A $30 tip on a $55 order should be just fine, right? Absolute not. I'm a horrible person apparently. As I go to hand the pizza boy the $30 and grab the pies, he jerks back and says that's not $100. Which caught me a bit off guard, so I chuckled and said, yeah mate, it's all the cash I've got today. Maybe next time delivery driver DD from here on note. No, where's my $100? Me, well mate, it's a tip. I'm not required to give you anything after the delivery fee, am I, DD? The only reason I took this order was that $100. Me, well, I don't have it this time, and it's not like we're outside of your delivery zone. $30 for a 20-minute drive sounds pretty good to me. DD hands me the pies and takes the $30, then tells me he'll be keeping this since you don't have my 100, and shows me the bag of Mountain Dew as he starts to back away. So I say, hey mate, please don't make me call your boss. I really don't want to be that guy. Immediately, almost cutting me off, DD starts screaming, you won't do that, I'll F you up and take my $100 and keep what you gave me. Where's my 100? A hole. Having heard Dee, the kids come running, and I hand the pies to my nephew, turning back to Dee. WH is still screaming obscenities, mind you. I hand the pies to my nephew, turning back to Dee. WH is still screaming obscenities, mind you. I ask him one last time for the sodas, and all I get is a "F you, gimme my $100. I sighed, looked at the kids who not 20 minutes ago I was promising absolute ruination to, and decide it's just not worth it. I tell Dee to have a nice night and close and lock the door. Dee started banging on my door, still screaming obscenities and demanding $100. I called the pizza shop and explained what was going on to the manager. Dee still banging in the background, told the manager or owner or whatever that if he didn't get his driver out of here he'll be calling the police. Pizza place PP put me on hold for a few minutes, and I hear Dee go quiet. Dee leaves not long after as PP comes back on the line. PP tells me they're terribly sorry and they'll be firing Dee as soon as he returns to PP. I ask about my Mountain Dews, which I haven't received, and they offer me a redelivery of them or a coupon for my exact order in full the next time I call. I explain to PP I just need the Mountain Dew as I've got a house of 15-year-olds who are learning a life lesson through tactical gaming. Thankfully, PP was able to send out the Mountain Dew within the half hour and actually threw in a whole cheesecake as an apology, which made my wife and her sister quite happy. I know it can be hard out there in the food service industry, and I do believe everyone is entitled to a fair wage, but don't always expect your favorite goose to lay a golden egg on command. Many 15-year-olds were hurt in the making of this story, though only their egos, and the damage wasn't permanent. Sorry for my English in advance. Last week I was on my way home after class riding my motorcycle going about 35 kilometers per hour. Speed limit was 40. A woman also in a motorcycle pulled out from the shoulder trying to overtake someone and sideswiped me. She fell at the place of impact, but I was dragged by my bike for a few meters. I'm mostly fine, just a couple bruises and quite a damage on my left shoe because it got stuck under my motorcycle. Hers was pretty bad, lots of scratches and bleeding because she doesn't wear any form of body protection, no helmet, flip-flop, short-sleeve shirt and pants. Before I could even manage to get my foot unstuck from my bike, she screamed at me claiming I hit her and had her blinker on, blah blah blah. I got up quickly and pointed at her motorcycle that she actually didn't have her blinker on, and it's so stupid of her trying to overtake someone by swerving through the entire fucking road. FYI, I was in the innermost lane of a tiny one-way road about 5 meters wide. I added that I could just call the cops right now because the nearest station were literally 100 meters away ahead of us because of her reckless driving. She got very quiet all of a sudden as she got no more words to argue. Then she suddenly cried and said the motorcycle she drove wasn't even hers, it was her boss's motorcycle who she got permission to use to deliver some stuff. And now that it's damaged, she's afraid about what her boss had to say about it. She was neither insured or licensed. The left side has tons of scratches and both mirrors are shattered. Mine was mostly fine except the left mirror got loosened and fell. The Good Samaritan who previously helped us bringing my motorcycles back to the shoulder returned with equipments and helped me fix my mirror, and I thanked him for the kindness. Then he looked at the woman for a sec and turned at me and said he thinks I should compensate her a little, given her condition. I denied the idea at first, but the guilt starts to eat me from the inside. I wish I didn't give her a little amount of money for her after what she did and said to me, but I eventually gave her my money. We waited for a bit until she could gather her composure back, then she drove away still crying. I thanked the guy again for the help and offered him some money for the inconvenience but refused, thanked him again for the third time, and I just went straight to home. By the way, I'm still bitter giving my money to her. Dear viewers, I would like to thank you for watching my video. If you want more such videos to come, do not forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Yours sincerely.